So I just had a discussion with the anesthesiologist, and they're going to get everything prepped for my anesthesia. So this may be the last time I speak with you before the procedure is actually done, because I don't think anyone's going to really have time to sit and hold the camera for me and allow me to, talk any more before the procedure is done. But I've definitely got anxiety, guys, but that's to be expected. They said that's always to be expected before any cosmetic procedure where you're going under the knife and you're going to be put under. So I may not really remember anything until I'm waking up at home or maybe even getting into the car. But this is the time I'm getting ready for the anesthesia, and the doctor actually said he's really excited to work on me because he doesn't really get to work on small framed people very often for this procedure. So I guess that's a little bit of an exciting moment, but I'm excited, I'm anxious, I'm nervous, but the main thing is I'm just really ready to get this done and move forward with the after, because this is why I'm doing it, is for the after and not for the actual procedure and the healing process. That is what I'm not really looking forward to, guys. So I'm taking some deep breaths, saying some prayers, and then we're going to get this done. The sooner they can get it done, the sooner I can get out of here. So I'll see you guys again soon. Hey guys, so it is my resting time. So I've had my procedure done, and of course I was out of it, so I don't remember a whole lot of what happened after leaving the medical facility. I don't remember getting dressed or them dressing me. I don't remember my mother walking me to the car. I don't even remember driving back home. The last thing I remember before having the procedure done was getting the IV put in my arm, and the anesthesiologist's hands were like blocks of ice. They were freezing, and I hate being cold, so that was more uncomfortable to me than him placing the needle in my arm for the IV fluids. And then the physician's assistant asked me what type of music I wanted to hear. She was going to turn on some music, and I just said I don't care, because at that point I was starting to drift off, and I don't know how long after that happened I did go under. I was out. So here I am at home now. I'm going to be sleeping in one of the other rooms in my house for the time being, because I can't walk upstairs. The garment that I have on, it's pretty snug and it's pretty tight, but to be honest with you, I feel okay. I'm not in a lot of pain, but I'm not going to let that fool me and try to do things that I really shouldn't be doing right now, because this is only day one. So I'm going to be sleeping in this recliner, but I won't be lying all the way back. They don't want you to lie flat or stretched out, because everything has been pulled really tight, and we don't want to risk anything tearing or me being extremely uncomfortable and in a lot of pain. So I'm sitting in this chair, and I feel pretty good. I was really nervous about how I was going to feel afterwards. I may feel a little bit more sore even tomorrow than I do today, because I think it's kind of like when you're in a car accident and you may not feel anything right away, but maybe the next day or two you're really starting to feel the effects of it. I did take one pain reliever, and I may take another one before I go to bed. But just to kind of show you, I've been taking this supplement. It's called Arnica Montana. It's upside down for you guys, but it's a natural product that helps to reduce swelling. And this is the other one that I'm taking that they recommended I take. It's called bromelain. And it says it aids in the digestion of proteins, but it also helps to reduce inflammation and swelling as well. And then I've got my prescriptions here. And I'm just trying to keep it easy with my diet. So right now I'm eating some pomegranate seeds and some cuties. But these are my pomegranate seeds. And then I'll be sleeping with this neck pillow under my neck. So I'm feeling pretty good to say it's been about 6 hours, 6 or 7 hours since the procedure was completely done. So I thought I would just check in and let you know how I was feeling after the surgery. And so I will check in with you again and try to show you some things as well. But I'm going to try to get some more rest, and I will see you on the next video. Hey guys, so it is the night after I had my surgery. So it's the same day, but it's nighttime now. And I'm just checking my drainage pump, and I thought I would just kind of show you. Hope it doesn't gross you out too much. It's not as bad as I was thinking it was going to be after, just hearing everything explained to me and seeing it, on different pictures and online. But it's really not that bad, but it's draining the fluid from the surgical area. And I'm going for a follow-up in the morning, but they're going to check and make sure everything is good with the incision and, with the draining of the fluids. Because once it gets to a certain point, I believe it's below 25 cc's every certain amount of hours, then they can go in and remove the pump. And they say that usually happens in about a week after having the surgery. But I'm just going to show you what it looks like here. So this is the drainage pump, and you can see the tube here. So that is inserted somewhere. I don't want to look and see, what it's going into exactly, but it's coming through the tube into this pump. So this is at almost 50 cc's because there's 4 lines on this pump: 25, 50, 75, and 100. And it has been about 6 hours since I last checked the pump for the first time and dumped out about 50 cc's of fluid. So now, in about 6 hours later, it's at the same marking. So I'm going to go ahead and dump this out. I'm not going to show you that, guys. I'm not going to be too graphic. And but I just wanted to just check in and let you know where I am. I'll probably be dumping this out, and then I'm going to get myself clean. I can't go in the shower and take an actual shower yet. So I'm going to be doing as much cleaning as I possibly can at the bathroom sink, and then change my clothes. But I have to make sure I'm wearing button-up items, and it's pretty cold here right now, so I doubled up on some button-up sweaters, and that's what I wore today. So I'm going to go ahead and end it here, but I just wanted to check in and let you know how things were going. And I'm actually feeling pretty good. I did take one more pain pill. It's probably been about 3 hours since I did that. I wasn't in an excruciating amount of pain, but it was definitely really, really sore. And it almost feels like I've done about 200 crunches, and I don't even like doing crunches because it makes your abs feel really, really sore. But that's how I'm feeling right now. So I'm feeling pretty good. So I'm hopeful that I'll have a really good night's sleep. I'll be sleeping in the recliner and it won't be reclined all the way back, as I told you a little while earlier. So I just wanted to check in and let you know how things were going so far. Okay, everyone, so this is officially day 10 of my recovery journey after having the abdominoplasty, or tummy tuck as it's commonly known. And I apologize, I'm not too close to the camera, but some of you may be thanking me because I'm looking a hot mess right now. It's Saturday morning, and this is the second Saturday since I've had my surgery. And officially last week Saturday was the last day I took any pain meds. The doctor prescribed oxycodone, and I did take some on the same day, when I got home after having the procedure, and then I took it, the days after preceding that. But it helped with the pain for sure, but I just made a conscious decision that I did not want to continue to take the pain meds, and I'll do another video on that later as to why I made a decision like that. But last Saturday was the official last day that I took any pain meds, and so I've been just going through any pain that I've been feeling or any discomfort. And I have been taking my antibiotics. I have to take all of them no matter what. The pain meds, you just take them as needed. You don't have to take all of the pain meds if you don't want to. Some people may take all of theirs and they may need more, and then, they can write you another prescription that you can go and have filled out. But anyway, as you can see here, I've got several pillows behind me. I've actually got 3 pillows behind me and a neck pillow as well, because I have to still sleep propped up. I can't sleep completely lying down because I don't want to take the chance, and they don't want you to take the chance of tearing or ripping any incision area. So it's best to just stay propped up. So I'm so sore. I feel like I could go for a 24-hour deep tissue massage and still not feel like I'm completely satisfied because my back is jacked up. So if you're considering having this procedure done, that's something that you're going to have to know. And I didn't really realize that, because you have this incision and then you're wearing a compression garment. You have to wear a compression garment for a full 2 weeks. And the compression garment, you don't want it, it's not like a waist snatcher or, the people that are wearing those garments to cinch their waist in. It's not for that, but it's because you have swelling and you have to help with that area to reduce the chances of getting what's called a seroma. And that is when you have fluids in pockets of those areas that will swell up. So it helps to reduce the possibilities of getting any seromas, and it also just helps with the overall area, because what they did was pull this area down. They cut a large area out where I had the extra skin and a lot of stretch marks, and they pulled that down, and right above my pubic bone, it's all stitched up. The stitches don't have to be removed. They're dissolvable stitches, so that's good. Because let me tell you, I don't know if I would be able to have any stitches removed from that area and be conscious. They would have to put me out for that. Anyway, so I'm still uncomfortable. I don't know who the people are that have tummy tucks and they're like a week later they're feeling amazing. That's not me. I have to say the day after, or maybe even that same evening, yeah, I would say that same evening, I probably was still feeling the effects of the anesthesia that they used to put me under, because that video footage that I did where I said I felt okay, oh my God, no. I would say the day and the next day and the day after that were probably the worst days for me. And I just was so uncomfortable. I didn't cry, but I felt like I could. And so my mom was here with me. She stayed with me for almost 7 days, and then she went back home. And I was a little bit nervous about her leaving because she was helping me with everything. She was helping me to sit up because it hurt to sit up, and you have to be extremely careful about sitting up. So for the day I had surgery up through about, I had surgery on a Wednesday. That following Tuesday evening was when my mother went home. And that was my first day going back upstairs, because I slept downstairs in the living room on a recliner, because they recommended that you wait at least a week before going back upstairs. So I wasn't even going upstairs. I was nervous about getting into my bed. Our bed is higher up off of the ground, and I'm a shorty. So I already use a stool, as crazy as that may sound, to get up into the bed. But I use a stool to get up in the bed. So I definitely needed that stool to get up into our bed. And then I have to have my feet elevated. So I have this really big pillow here that I was using, and I'm still using, to elevate my feet and my legs. So I'm using this pillow behind my neck and all of these pillows behind me to help keep me propped up, because again, I can't lay flat down. And even sleeping in this position, I have to be extremely careful about sitting up. So I can't just yank myself out quickly. I have to be very careful, and I'm usually gripping behind my thighs and slowly lifting myself up. So I have to be extremely careful about sitting up. At this point, I can put on shirts that go over me, but I have to be very careful about doing that, about lifting and reaching and all of those things, because again, I still have these stitches in and it's still very tight. So I can't even stand straight up yet. So when I'm walking, I feel like I'm hunched over. I may not look like that to anybody that's looking at me, but I feel like I'm a hunchback. So I'm sore all over, but my back again is extremely jacked up, especially my lower to mid back area. I can't do any type of heavy lifting. I can't lift anything over 5 pounds. So I don't even really want to lift anything that feels like it has any type of weight that's heavier than paper, or maybe my MacBook, which I have a really thin MacBook, so that's not heavy at all. But anything 5 pounds and over is a no-no, so I'm being extremely careful about that. So, you know, if I need to get a gallon of milk, or, you know, lift up, you know, something like that, I'm not even doing that. If I need to get something out of my deep freezer in the garage, which is a tall stand-up deep freezer, and it's got really good suction. I can't open that because I don't want to take the chance of ripping something, so I have to have somebody open that up for me. So if you're considering having this procedure done, you have to know that you need to consider all of those things. Again, I'm at the point now where I can put things on that are over, my head and not just button ups or zip ups. But for that time period, I had to put on button ups or zip up items. So for bras, I actually bought these bras, and I have on a bra now, so I don't want you to think I don't have one on, but I just wanted to show this to you. I actually ordered these bras, and they have zippers in the front. Isn't that cool? So it's really easy for me to put my bras on because, they say you would have to have somebody help you to put on undergarments like that. And look, I love my mom, but thankfully I'm in a state where I have my right mind, so I don't really want her dressing me. It's just not a comfortable thing for me. So I would rather put on my own underwear. So I can put on my own panties and I can put on my own bras. And with the bra thing, like I said, because you couldn't really put on a bra where you have to snap the backs yourself, I just wanted something that I could slip on and zip up in the front. So I'll put a link to these where I ordered them from if you're interested in buying these bras. They were very reasonable. They came in like a 2 or 3 pack. I got a few packs of them. But anyway, I am feeling the best today that I have felt since before having surgery. And I would have to say this past Thursday was the best day since I had the surgery up until this very moment. So day by day, it's getting a little bit better, but it's not a drastic improvement. They say that the recovery period is 6 to 8 weeks. I'm giving myself 3 months. I'm giving myself a full 3 months before I'm going to do anything that may cause, something to happen. So I'm probably not going to be looking at doing any type of workouts until either the end of February or the beginning of March. And when I say workout, I'm talking about lightweight workout. I'm not going to jump right into anything heavy duty because I just want to be careful. The surgery was intense. The surgery was very expensive. I'm paying for it out of my own pocket. So I don't want to chance anything going wrong. Yeah, things can happen that you have no control over, but if it's something that I can control, then I want to make sure that I'm doing the best that I can to not cause anything to happen to my body. I'm going back to work next week. Friday will be my first day going back to working, and I'm going to take it slow and take it easy. And this is, what it is. I actually, will show you that compression garment that I was talking about, and it's got Velcro on it. And what I have underneath the compression garment is actually puppy pads. They recommend you buy a package of puppy pads because one, they are not expensive, because some doctors will say you need to, get some maxi pads and or sanitary napkins for women, and then just put several of them along the incision line. But with the puppy pads, they're already like really long, so you just fold them over and then place them over the incision. So right now that's what I'm wearing on a daily basis, and I'm just changing them out. And it's this compression garment honestly is not the most comfortable. I ordered some compression garments, but I'll tell you a funny story really quickly, and it's just crazy how things work. So at this very moment, we are dealing with snow and ice melting in South Carolina, and it's nuts. That storm that came through, that blizzard that went up the East Coast, we dealt with that. And, you know, in the previous section of this video, and I showed you the drain that has the fluids going into it, and I have to dump those fluids out. I didn't talk about that too much because, you know, it's kind of gross, but it's real. But basically, on the side, there was a drain that was collecting fluid that was coming out of that area, and it was stitched onto my skin. That drain was so uncomfortable. So having that drain attached to the incision and onto my skin, and also having that drain, the tube of the drain underneath the compression garment, it made things so uncomfortable for me. I was miserable with that. So there are markings on the little tube, and it's got like 25 cc's, 50 cc's, 75, 100. Once your drain on a daily basis is not collecting more than 25 cc's of fluid, then they will remove the drain. If it's collecting more than that, then they want you to keep the drain on. If you have it removed too early, then what they may have to do, or what they will have to do, is go in with a very thick, long needle and extract fluid from your from that area, and that's extremely painful. So the drain may be uncomfortable, but it's better. It's a better option than having to go in on a regular basis and having this fluid collected with this really thick, long needle. But anyway, I waited a couple of days just to make sure that it was less than 25 cc's of fluid collecting in the drain. And once it was, then I contacted the office to let them know so that I could schedule to have it removed. So that was the day after New Year's Day. I couldn't contact them on New Year's Day because they were closed, so I contacted them the morning of. They have a couple of offices, so the office that was more convenient for me to get to, no one would be there until later that afternoon. So I scheduled to come in that afternoon. Well, I went in, had it removed. It was actually a little bit painful because they had to pull my skin to get to the stitches, to snip the stitches, to pull the drain out. Oh my God, that was very, very uncomfortable. And I did everything to stop myself from crying. I was gripping onto the table, closing my eyes, gritting my teeth, everything, but cursing this chick out. But anyway, the very next day, which was a Wednesday, was when that storm came through. So by mid-morning, we had almost a couple of inches of snow and ice. And because we're not prepared for that type of weather down here, so many things were shut down. So I'm so thankful that this storm came through the day after I had my drain removed, because as we speak today, we still have some weather conditions where roads are still iced. And so a lot of places were closed on Wednesday, on Thursday, on Friday. And again, this is Saturday morning as I'm speaking to you right now. So if I didn't have that drain removed on Tuesday, I would still be sitting here today with that drain because the office would not have been open, 1. 2, I would not have been able to get there because roads were closed. And 3, I might be doing this video right now and I would be in tears, because when I tell you that thing is uncomfortable, it really is uncomfortable. So coupling that uncomfortable drain with this big compression garment that they have on me, that's actually a little bit too big for my torso because it's really long and I have a short torso. it was really, really uncomfortable. So even to sit down comfortably was a non-factor. It was not happening. So I'm thankful that I was able to get that drain removed the day before a blizzard hit the South. Crazy, right? I mean, I couldn't have imagined, and I couldn't have made this stuff up if I wanted to. So as I sit right now talking to you guys, I'm very thankful because of the way God allowed that to happen. I was able to get my drain removed the day before a blizzard hit the Southeast. Crazy, crazy timing. I am really, really happy that I don't have that drain anymore. So even though my back is out of whack, I'm extremely sore. I can't stand straight up yet. And, still on bed rest, a little bit. I'm so happy that things worked out the way that they did. So I have my first actual follow-up appointment next week, Tuesday. So I'll probably check in with you guys then and kind of let you know the updates on everything then. But just to recap everything, this is day 10 after having my abdominoplasty procedure, and I'm feeling the best today that I have felt since before having the surgery done. And I'm just going to continue to take it slow, continue to take it easy, and I'm just looking forward to things going up from here. So thank you so much for watching this video. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for subscribing to this channel. And I am Elizabeth, the Minister of Beauty, and I am here to share the Bible that is business, inspiration, beauty, life, and enjoyment. And this is real life, people. I couldn't make it up if I wanted to. So again, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a beautifully blessed and amazing day. Talk to you soon.